Hiyo ni inside joke. Ni mimi na cameraman tunajua hiyo. What's up guys? How are you doing? Welcome back to MaNaPaTau Chronicles episode the next one. At this point I have lost count by the way.
No.
Yo, simu umetuweka pressure. MaNaPaTau Chronicles tumengojea. Hey. When we started this, we knew we were just having conversations between the two of us, having fun, sharing. Marcus, good night.
Good night, baby.
Good night.
Sleepy time, machukue slippers.
Terrorist. Amanda. Sharing stories venye tunataka.
Yeah.
Watu waone also the real authentic side of being a young couple.
Yeah.
You know? And then it's turned somehow into a movement. Guys are really waiting for this content.
Yes, you
and
guys,
we're like, yeah,
you.
Sure, definitely. This is support and love that we have really appreciated. Thank you very much. Keep on subscribing, please.
Commenting.
And yes, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and sincerest of apologies for disappearing for like what? 3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks.
It's a month.
It's been a month, yeah. It's been a month since we last did the last MaNaPaTau Chronicles episode.
Yeah.
Reason being, for those who have been following us, we had explained hapo hivyo kidogo. First, adulting is very hard.
Yeah.
Things you have to do every single day. It can get tiring, juggling a lot of things. And then also we were at a point at some time where we were not communicating with each other effectively. Let me use those words. So we were not communicating with each other effectively. Yeah, as it goes with two different people who are living their separate lives initially and then they come to live together as one thing. Sometimes watu hawaingiani vizuri. It's part of life and we have to accept it. You have to acknowledge the fact that kukosana ndio kupendana.
Yeah.
Na kupendana ni kukosana. Yes?
Ukufanya poa.
Wait. Mbona inafanywa ni mimi nisikufanya poa?
Ukudu poa.
No, you know it was you. No.
Okay.
No,
listen, we can't say it was me.
But unaniambia ni mimi sikufanya poa, so you're making it me.
Wait, no, it's us, the two of us. It takes
so
two people. So
ungesema hatukufanya poa.
Okay. Hatukufanya poa.
Na kuona sana.
Let us say the importance of having outside perspective in your marriage of people who are not your parents, not your siblings, somebody who has undying loyalty to you that will not be objective in a situation. And also people who are sort of in the same situation that you're in, right? So I think, shout out to Paris and SK. I think this is the third shout out, right?
Yeah, they are our best couple, so we'll
Those
definitely
are our friends. They are
shouting.
Beyond best couple.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in to help us see the light.
No, actually, it's more of helping us say things to each other that we would not have been able to say had it been just the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I believe that's what the conversation at that time was. Because I'm sure guys you're curious to know. Mule kosana juu ya nini? Hiyo hatuwaambii. Hiyo ni ukweli. Hiyo hatuwaambii ni nini tulikosania. But what we can share is probably some other videos sometime down the road. It's
nilipata da side chick. Niliwabambi hivi kwa hoteli. Side chick. I see you.
Yeah. Yet I'm alive. Wow.
Imagine I wouldn't harm you because of being with somebody else. I can't promise that. If you listen. I can't promise that if it ever gets to a point where my safety and my child's safety is threatened. I have a close out, man.
Definitely. I'd never want such an environment to exist
around
you or my child. So no, it was not about
it
that.
It wasn't about cheating or anything like that. It was actually something silly.
No.
Married couples, unaweza kusania yani kijiko. Juu hiyo amekata kwa kijiko hapa inaweza fanya mkosane for a week. A week. it was just a silly.
Actually, kile tulikosania sort of is what is bringing us to this conversation today, because the problem with what happened when we were not speaking to each other was not really what we kosanad about, but it was how we kosanad, you know, because there's elements of how you fight. It is not what you fight about, it is how you fight.
One of our weaknesses, because every couple has strengths and weaknesses. One of our weaknesses is that we fight terribly. It's bad.
We fight bad. Low
brings
blow.
out-
Is it low
yeah,
blow?
like
low
boom.
blows.
Boom.
Low blows.
Hey.
Claws are out, by the way. Claws are always out. Low blows.
That's not fair.
But-
You also reciprocate and give out the same energy.
It's called defense. We are very defensive as men. We unanitandika na kitu ninasema wewe wacha hizo wewe.
Anyway, that's one of our weaknesses that I hope down the line we continue to work on, because again we can't be perfect in it. We can't be perfect at us.
Yeah.
But I hope it gets better down the road, because in those moments you can easily forget this is the man that you love, this is the woman that you love, and you turn them into this being that not necessarily you hate, but you detest and what is it called? Resent. We don't fight well, caringly. We are often quite unkind with each other.
It's a fight. That is
fight.
expected. That is expected.
Yeah. Anyway,
more often than
that's
not.
not the topic here.
Yeah.
That's the topic today.
So yeah, like I said, it's being brought on by that because again, the issue was not what we fought about. It is how we fought at the time. She felt she was being unheard misunderstood on something that she was communicating.
Or completely not understood. What's the English word?
Yes, hueleweki. Yeah, that's the English word. She felt that she was not being heard or understood, especially by me. The one thing that it was about is it's
existential crisis
yes.
of identity.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I remember in one of the videos we posted earlier, we talked about how she lost weight. We mentioned that she had tried working out at some point, but then there was also the bit where it was whatever that she was going through was making her not eat a lot, you know. So of course your body will feed off the fats that
yes.
are already there. So I did not see that. In retrospect, you look back, you're thinking, why did I not see that? So she was going through something that I did not see, and I misinterpreted and read as something else. I am using these words now on myself because later we had an in-depth conversation on the same, and a lot of things were brought into perspective. So number one, 2018, hiyo tumeshasema. Tuli have Karorashio, came back at the time because I had a plan. At the time we just finished, or we were finishing shooting Suna Johnny, and I was meant to begin another job, directing another TV show. And then somehow, somewhere, things down there went parasha. And that job never materialized.
But I mean, it taught us not to plan for money that
you don't have. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good lesson.
That was a good lesson from that, which will be another video for another day. Yeah. So when that happened, it had happened just after she had left work, because wherever she was working, she was not comfortable. Things were there were changes that were happening.
I wasn't uncomfortable. I was a misfit in that the organization and the environment was growing, but somehow I wasn't growing with it, despite having been at the organization for a period of time. So I was stagnant at some point. I made a few efforts to try and grow with the organization, but it just didn't work. So I was like, okay, my 20s are for making sure I experiment, my 20s are for making sure I make all the mistakes, so I'm going to make mistake number one, I'm going to quit and try and find myself. And so nimetoka kuolewa and I have a whole baby. I mean, I'm crazy. I'm totally crazy.
So she quits her job August 2018. Mwanaume ni nani anasema, you know what? in the words of Abel Mutua, wear quit job. You know why?
I got you.
So mdem aka quit job, akatoka ofisi hapa tu.
Oh, you should have seen me. Like space huko nikisaidiwa nini. I was really glad to leave, but I wasn't glad to leave the people because I met amazing people. I met my best friend. It's just the environment, okay? So I was really glad. You know how excited you are at new beginnings, new toys, new things. That's how I felt. I felt like now I had a clean slate and I had this opportunity and chance to do whatever I wanted or whatever would bring me joy. I was really excited.
Yeah. So I'm a good job. The search for a new job begins. Wacha mtoto wenyewe atume CV. Wacha bwana ya mtu anunue professional CV making applications ya miezi kama 4. Wacha tununulie mtu manguo za kuenda kutafuta kazi. Nakwambia hiyo kazi ilitafutwa. So what started happening at the time is that the more you try, the more it doesn't work. The more frustrated you get, the more you don't want to do it anymore. So trying becomes harder.
I think there's a book that mentions it, the paralyzing effect of non-results.
Of rejection, basically.
You're like, why even try?
I'm sure, by the way, there are people who are still probably looking for jobs now, 5 or 10 years later. We are not complaining, by the way. We're just sharing the story as it was.
It's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey, yeah. So ametafuta kazi, amekosa kupata kazi. The mom was also very instrumental in trying to get her job, sharing with her contacts and whatnot. And then the dad tried to have her start a business, asking her, fikiria, think of something you could do in terms of business.
I am a proper child of the system. I grew up being told, work hard, pass exams, you're gonna do great in life. Me, my mission in life then was, Christina, you're gonna do great because you're gonna uplift your mama, okay? Yeah. Right? Okay, let's pass exams. Kupita!
Which is one of the things that I would want to now emphasize right now.
Then,
usome.
I come out to the world.
Yeah.
And hey!
Vitu kwa ground ni different. So hard work, I remember we mentioned this in the previous video. Hard work and determination is the key to success.
Another thing I want to mention, I haven't grown up around an entrepreneurial environment because there are people who that helps them a lot.
Yes.
Growing up seeing your parents do business, your uncle do business. I have grown up with professionals. My mom's a nurse, my uncle is a teacher, my auntie is a nurse,
your dad is a doctor.
My dad is a doctor, but he's also a professional, an entrepreneur because I mean he has his own clinic. But anyway, it's based on his profession, on schooling.
Yes.
So I haven't grown up on, say, ametoka kuhustle, kutoa vitu gikosh, and I grow kukuwa this great importer and exporter. I don't have a good idea or clear picture of how entrepreneurship, is it entrepreneurship?
Yes.
Entrepreneurship happens or behaves. I have grown up with the mindset of books, success. Then you come out to life, and then you're given these suggestions. How about you look or think of a business? We give you.
Uone mtu saizo alingangana akapita kwa engineering. So anajua.
Yeah, mimi najua. Excuse me. What do you mean
like I studied, I went to school, which unfortunately, not throwing stones at you.
It's okay.
It gives a sense of entitlement.
Yes.
Because you did your work. As it is.
I've done my part.
You put the work, yeah?
Where are the results?
Exactly.
Why is this not happening? And then I did try. Hey, nimejaribu biashara ngapi na rafiki yangu cosmetics,
nguo, importing.
So at some point I even started, remember all things hair for you.
Yeah.
I have tried, but there's something about entrepreneurship I didn't understand then. Now I understand it and I know if I start a business, I'll be strategic about it and I know what to do. But then I was just like, what njaribu hii? Wananiambia nianzishe biashara. Okay, let me try. Yeah. At least to show I'm trying.
Yeah, uni mtu alitoka shule, the first job alipata was being a waitress.
Yes, I was a waitress.
Ni kazi bado umepatiwa, unafanya kazi,
unapewa mshahara. That's when I went to the organization. Yeah, you know, that salary-based mentality. You have to make sure Makasi doesn't have it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she kazi imeisha, ametafuta kazi, hapati kazi. Then nyumbani bwana yake ndiye huyo pia kimeumana. It has eaten each other. It has eaten each other.
It had really eaten each other.
At the point, one of the people that I have utmost love and respect for is Abel Mutua.
Maze Abel. That's why God shall continue to bless you.
Hatutasema mengi sana. Hatutasema mengi sana. Wacha tutumalizie hapo. Abel Mutua mad love.
Yeah,
like love.
Such an amazing
and
human
respect
being. Yeah.
for you.
Respect, man.
Sana.
May God always fight for you and bless you.
As a human being, as an individual, as a creative, as an artist, but just as a person, where your heart is.
Yes.
Where your heart is.
Thank you. That is the point. Where your heart is, you have a heart for people.
Yes. Endelea na moyo huo.
Anyway.
So, ndio sisi tuna blacklistiwa makona zingine, rather mimi nina blacklistiwa na niko na wife hapa hivi na mtoi walikuwa wamepangiwa unaweza quit job cause your husband atashughulikia story. Sasa kimeumana. And I have to do something. So this is what I do. I say, you know what? I've had this thing that Kate Actress has been drumming into my ear every time. Piga social media, work with your social media because that is your audience. You have proof that these people follow you for a specific reason. They enjoy content from you, whether it is on Suna Journey or wherever. Just work with what you have. Work with what you have. Start where you are, with who you are with.
Kate Actress, big up yourself.
At that time. So, I said, you know what, Mama, I remember last time was the time East Africa Got Talent.
Was that the first one you went?
The very first video that we did. No, that's actually in 2019. Oh yeah, so 2018 to me struggle all through till like halfway 2019. I got a small gig somewhere. To voice overs zenye ninakimbilia hapa na pale at least to meet rent. I remember there's a month I skipped rent like 2 months. Nikaongea na landlord nikamwambia, you know what, Simi, you know me, I always used to even pay you in advance. So now this time I'll even be late by 2 months. He was very understanding.
But then big up in as much as tulichongwa he was really gracious enough.
Alichongwa hiyo nyumba, sio tulichongwa.
Okay, I own it, but at least on that nini he was ali to extendia grace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mimi sina option ya kurudisha watu ocha. Hakuna option. Yeah.
Tutauza mandazi, chapati.
Yeah. So I decided to start doing this social media thing, and then I choose to say, you know what, my wife, come we do this thing. So when we start, it feels as if we have a rhythm to it. We are enjoying it. I don't understand at that point what is wrong with her, cause she's doing it, but then she's not doing it. She's only doing it when I am there, we do it, but then we see results. I hope to see her now take it and run with it, but she's not doing that. Why? Little did I know that internally, she's conflicted.
War. It was internal war happening.
Remember what she said? She's a child of the system. She's known a certain way of doing things.
Yeah.
She's only done them that way. And then there is what she's good at to that point. Mimi, ingine yote, yes, I am new to social media, yes, but I'm not new to acting.
Yeah.
I'm not new to directing, I'm not new to scripting. These are things I've done.
This is not a foreign environment.
I might be new in the social media space, but I have the skills that I need to be able to grow this social media space. So, mimi naona tu mdem kazi yake tu ni kulala, analala hadi saa 8. Anaamka. Na hii si kama ile yenye siku hizi yenye analala hadi saa 8 lakini anakaa awake hadi 5 am. Ile analala hadi saa 8, anaamka saa 9, alafu by 9 amelala tena. Na hakuna kafi hiyo time. Amelala, amelala ile kumorota yake yote. Sina shindwa. Nini mbaya? There was internal conflict between the person that she was at that time and the person that she wanted to be.
Yeah.
And that's a very dangerous fight to fight.
Yeah. Whoa.
But I've seen people fighting between the person that they are and the person that they wanted to be, or the person that they have been, or they used to be. So wewe ni dem umeenda shule umesoma nini unataka kuwa boss lady. Boss lady ndio ile ulikuwa umeona pale. Na wewe ndio you hapa. You are on that path. Then your path to inatoka.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what happened?
Unaona kitu kingine huko hata huko clear ni nini?
I don't know. Wait.
Where is this I'm going? And then your husband is over here trying to convert you into an actor and wondering,
hey,
I can see you're good at it. Why are you not running with it?
Hey, give me credit.
Yeah.
At least I tried. I used to try. I used to apply myself.
You did.
When we are shooting, I apply myself and make sure I do a great
job. And you've been very good at it. I'm not saying that you're not good at it.
But on the inside, I'm like, this is serious imposter syndrome. Like, what am I even doing here? Huku ni wapi? I don't even go here. Which school is this? You know, people like, okay, you're really good. Oh, very good. You're really good at acting. Mi nakumbuka the only acting I've ever done nilikuwa Form 2. I went for drama festivals. It wasn't even acting. Na nakumbuka drop from number 5 to 60 something. And my mother threatened me.
Ani wale wasiposoma hawatapita.
Yeah,
sisi ni wale hatukuwa tunasoma na tunapita.
So mimi, I'm the kind of person I have to study. I have to study to pass. Which to some extent even made me start wonder, am I really smart? Anyway, so that is the only extracurricular dramatic things I've ever done. Then this guy, tuna act, you're really good at it, and then you automatically expected me to gel in and own this new person and completely disregard whatever hopes and dreams I had for this other woman that I wanted to be. It was a really hard time for me. At war with yourself is the worst. Having war with your mind is the worst kind of battle you can have, because you can't explain. Niko nina fight na mtu, Marto yule mtu tuna fight na yeye. Ananifanyia hivi ananifanyia vile. You will understand. But when I'm at war with myself, it will be so much harder to express myself correctly in a way that you will understand. To see past the pain that I'm going through, to express myself objectively so that it is received objectively. I mean, whoa. Mimi nilikuwa sema by the badala kufikiria kitu, let me just sleep, and I would sleep. And sleep. Have you made you guys know I cook well. I at least I like to think I cook nicely.
She cooks very well, please.
I cook very nice food na sitaiguza. Nitaiweka hapo na nilale. Nikunywe maji na nilale. I didn't even hata sikuwa najisikia kukula. Yani I had zero zeal for life. Zero energy and what enthusiasm for life.
Yeah.
It was really bad. And then sasa ongezea, the people around you don't understand. Because my husband is like, acha kuwa ungrateful wewe. I am over here killing myself trying to make sure that our life is good. You are here complaining and telling me you are depressed.
Anatoka nje ana hustle, ana get job.
You are depressed hapa.
Tunafanya kazi alafu girl child hapa hivi anataka tu kulala.
You know, and my mom is like, "We, ni nini?" You know, so it was lonely as well because I was going through this alone. Hey.
I'm not at fault.
Yeah.
I'm not at fault for what she's going through. That's internal. And
he's also not at fault for not being able to understand it.
Exactly.
Because he's not inside me.
And then also, at the time, she did not even know how to communicate what she's going through.
Because it is existential crisis. What is the definition of crisis? Turmoil, confusion. You are in a place where you don't understand what is going on. So if even to begin to understand what is going on in your life, how do you even deal with something you don't understand? You get what I'm saying? That's why it was even so hard for me to express myself, because whenever I'd express myself, I'd be like, oh, I'm in pain, Marto, I'm in pain, I understand, and then I'd get angry.
The fights were more at the time. I didn't understand. I really quite honestly did not understand. Kumbe slowly, the more she tries to to say what she's going through, not explain what she's going through, but say, because she's in pain, she's in anger.
Yeah, of course I'm angry,
Yes.
I'm bitter, I'm resentful.
So the more she's trying to say
confused.
it, the more I don't get it. The more I don't get it, the more she doesn't feel the need to keep on saying. You remember that thing we said about applying for a job?
Yeah,
and then when I realized,
like,
okay.
Maybe no need.
But back to the point, these words were very hurtful.
What?
She even doubted if she married the right person.
Oh, yeah.
I was no longer part of her support system.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Then, even now.
No. Even now you are.
Thank you very much for coming to MaNaPaTau Chronicles.
No, you are.
See you in the next episode.
No, honey, you're my support system.
So, I was written off. And I did not know that I was written off. All I just realized was, okay, the fights were becoming less. Kumbe, within, this person is just giving up. Slowly. Pole. They're just giving up. The reason why I said you got to the point of depression is...
I think I was depressed.
You got to the point where you doubted yourself as a mother, as a wife.
Listen, when life beats you down, like when you get constant blows after blows, you will begin to believe, okay, maybe I'm not as great as I think. Okay, maybe it's me. Maybe God ama the universe inaniambia madam. You ain't all that.
Huku social media unaona tu mdema ameslay tu yake yote.
That was the weirdest thing ever. And I used to uninstall Instagram daily. I'm like, here I'm just here. Everybody's seeing me smiling and happy, but on the inside I am dying slowly. Hey, I would sob, like cover myself kwa duvet and sob.
At the time, by the way, I also realized mimi ninaishi na yeye hapa. Leave alone the fact that people on social media are not seeing it. Mimi ninaishi na yeye hapa na hiyo sikuwa nikiona. Hiyo sikuwa nikijua. And it's not going to say that I did not know my person or I did not care about my person enough to see what they were going through. It's just that at the time, my focus, unfortunately, my focus was on
at us.
Other things.
He's basically the only breadwinner.
Yeah.
You know, and he, as in, how much more can someone take? Because if we were single, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad.
Yeah.
But now we are thrown into the throes of marriage. Remember, we just got married. We have a whole child who is growing. I am in this existential crisis. We are in a financial crisis. We were in debt.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Debt. Yeah. On top of that, huyu mse get jobs. Anang'ang'ana kung'ang'ana. Like, anabidi afanye 51 things so that to just keep a roof over our heads. How can such a person even notice that?
Yeah.
You know?
And that brings us to the point that whenever you're dealing with other things in life that are happening outside your relationship, the external things, you need to be very careful to take care of what's happening on the inside. Because that is where people lose it. That is where people just up one day and go, and you're like, wait, I thought everything was cool because I was working on these other things. Then you realize, hey, things were actually not okay. And which we'll do in sort of like a part 2 to this video is now, when now we got to working together, like now fully working together. Ilesa eventually I may realize, I have to slap myself.
Yeah, as in
do this because this is what we have. This is what we have.
And you're a wife, and I mean, sometimes I don't call them responsibilities or obligations, but things that you have to do, whether you like it or not, outweigh what you feel on the inside, which is not a good way to cope, because you have to, what is happening on the inside will always come up. Hence, we always, when we would fight, all those things would come up again by just one word. Umesema na say doesn't understand me. He's not my support system. you have to deal with what is going on the inside.
So, finally, to conclude this video, we're going to do a part 2, don't worry. To conclude this video, it's very important to try and communicate as much as you can exactly what you're feeling. And
it's hard.
And I know, I understand how hard it can be. What could possibly help is not just saying what you're feeling, because you see, when you say I feel sad, I feel nini, you can even give, for example, I remember when you eventually just had a conversation some morning where you fully expressed yourself and said, this is what I was feeling. I would feel like going to the kitchen, cooking food, and then throwing it out of the balcony, you know, because I'm doubting myself as a cook now because everything else has failed. You know, that's a bit more descriptive. I can be able to put myself in your mind as opposed to, I feel sad.
But you see, when someone is in serious pain,
it's very hard to say that.
The pain.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say to you is, you know what I wish I experienced when I would tell you, Marto, I'm not okay. This is how I'm feeling. Instead of, Mama, I wish you held me.
That's the other thing.
I wish you just held me and told me,
yeah,
Mama, I know I don't understand I really don't get it, but I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I'm here for you and I support you. I just wish that happened.
Yeah. Because see, at the time, ata mimi, you see,
umechoka.
And I was trying to be as objective as possible. Yet, it is not objectivity that they are looking for, by the way.
Support. I'm looking for support.
They are not looking, she's not looking for objectivity at that point.
I'm looking for support.
I'm trying to...
I'm unreasonable, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
So I will not reason with you on an objective level.
Reasoning kawaida huwa haikuangi. Sasa leave alone.
Me, I'm like, are you feeling my pain?
Yeah.
Do you feel me on a human level?
The emotional, the logical. So at that point, Anita Ginny move more.
Just support me.
Towards her side. Take care of her emotions as well, you know. That is the one place I said, I know I failed because I was still also not giving an excuse, but a reason. I was struggling hard to put my head above water.
Food on the table.
You know, at the time. But it's good that this happened for us to have even the fight that we had, as bad as we fought. I think the reason why we fought that bad is to allow us to say other things after that in the presence of, you know, our friends.
Support.
Because there are things she said, I said, I'm actually hearing this for the first time. Because she didn't even know how to say that to me just by myself. Na mimi, pia hata mimi, kuna vitu nilisema for the first time. Akasikilia hapo hivyo. So, this is what we're saying in this video. Ni ngumu kuwa kwa relationship.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's not all within the two of you, there are things that are happening on the inside. And then there are very many things that are happening on the outside that can squeeze the space that you have in between the two of you to sort out what you have. Yeah, both of you don't deal with change the same way.
Yeah.
And those dynamics are going to test your relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what we learned from this is that try my best to see past the pain and not only speak of my pain, but try and communicate in a way that maybe he'd be able to understand and level with me. And for him, I think it's just support me. Even when you don't understand it, sometimes I just need support. I just need to feel, there's somebody on my corner.
Thank you very much for watching today's episode of MaNaPaTau Chronicles. We've not finished this conversation. We're going to do a part 2 of it. And hii hata tutangoja. Hii next week inakuja kama dose ya dawa. Pap! Itaingia hapo hivyo. Sawa sawa. Till the next one. See you guys.
Bye.